Hey everyone, so you might be wondering why for a falconry words video I'm not sitting in front of my bird. Well, part of that is because today's falconry words are off season. So the off season for falconry is the same as the off season for hunting, at least in my part of the world. There's a lot of reasons for this, okay? Generally, the spring and summer is when we're not out training our birds, we're not flying them free for sure. And then fall and finally winter, we're really, rehashing the training, getting them going again so that we can take them out to do real hunting and flying free and all of that. There's a lot of reasons for this, right? So in the spring, the wildlife starts to think about other things than just normal winter stuff. They want to nest, they want to mate, they want to find a mate, they want to, procreate and thrive and all of that. They want to build nests, they want to, nature is exploding, right? And a lot of babies are happening in the spring. This, for our raptors, it affects their whole state of mind. They will go into what I call nesting brain. Sorry about the background. I'm working on this. It's a work in progress. So I still have Charlie. Charlie is thriving. She's out there in her cage. But in spring and summer, their whole biology and mentality changes. In the spring, as with most of nature, they want to nest, they want to settle down, they want to find a mate. And they're really kind of hardwired to try and do that. So she's not focused on training. And this is across the board with falconry. It's not the only reason though. They also start their molt in the spring. I have a video about molting. They're losing all their feathers and growing new ones in. That means their flight might be not quite as great. It also means that the new feathers coming in could be very soft and breakable. And if we're eventually trying to fly them free again, we don't want that to happen. We want the feathers to come in a healthy way, nice and strong. We usually supplement their food with calcium powder and vitamin powder and things like that in the spring so that they can grow nice and strong feathers and stay healthy through this season. Summer is kind of the continuation of the molting. They kind of go out of nesting brain a little bit. Raptors don't lay unfertilized eggs the way chickens do. Charlie will kind of pretend, and some raptors will get really aggressive actually, even if they have like a fake nest. But she's funny, she'll move sticks around in her cage, like I'll find some inside. She never builds like a full nest, but she just kind of moves things around, and I find her just laying on the ground on things, which is not normal, but it's normal for my bird. So between the molt and the nesting brain, and also in my part of the world, we have leaves on the trees for spring and summer and part of fall. That obviously would give you a huge disadvantage if you're releasing your bird to fly free in a forested kind of area, both for finding prey and for finding your bird and getting your bird back. So usually falconry kind of settles down and we don't work with the birds as much. Now you might be wondering, well, aren't there birds out in the wild flying around and looking for prey all the time? Yes, and their life expectancy is about half as long as Charlie's. Well, a bird in captivity. Wild birds, wild raptors, in my experience from what I've researched in my area, it's about a 10 to 12 year life expectancy. I worked with a falcon that was well into his 20s in captivity. Charlie right now is 11 or 12. I think she's about to turn 12. So they can live a lot longer in captivity. And Charlie came to us with a broken leg that had healed the wrong way. So because of that deformity, she wouldn't have survived this long in the wild. She can hunt, but the winters with that wonky, it would have been bad for her. She wouldn't have been able to make it through. So we settle down and don't really work with them that much. I'm going to be filming her and spending time with her and not wanting to lose the connection with her. I'll do some falconry words out at the Muse, but the channel's going to change a little bit because of this. I've been trying to settle on a schedule. I've been working on this channel at this point in earnest for about a year. I've had it for years, but I've only kind of really cared about building it for a year. And it's doing well, I feel. I'm sure if I condensed it a little bit, it might be a little more targeted at audiences, but it's art and animals. I've been trying to do an Artistic Tuesday, a Falconry Friday, and a Surprise Sunday. It's putting a little pressure on myself, and I'm trying not to do that, but Falconry Fridays are kind of going to be Animal Fridays. I don't know what else to call it. There might be still some falconry videos like this one, and I'll be showing some, footage of Charlie throughout the year, the whole year. But yeah, it's going to be a little harder to just produce falconry videos. If you don't see flight videos for a while, that's why. It's the off season. We don't take them out flying. We want their feathers to grow. We don't want their biology to create a lost bird situation. The other thing is the prey that they're hunting. The prey that they're hunting, any raptor, those animals are nesting right now as well. So we are taking a natural process and giving it a boost with this training and the falconry and this kind of artificial, relationship that they wouldn't have in the wild. We don't want to take advantage of that and damage the ecology of the animals that are being hunted. So it's unethical to continue to hunt, let's say, rabbits if there's a whole litter of babies somewhere that would then starve to death. Yes, this happens in the wild, but when we're making it happen on purpose, it would be unethical of us to create that situation. It could be bad for the survival of the species in question. Whether it's rabbits or squirrels or ducks or pheasants or quail, they need time to repopulate in the wild as well, so that we have a healthy ecosystem. And it's very much thought about in the falconry community what this process does to the entire ecosystem around you. And it really does change a lot depending on what part of the world you're in. Right now, I'm in June, and it's a summer month. In Southern Hemisphere, this is your winter, from what I understand, and I've never been there. So, if you're watching this in the Southern Hemisphere right now, you might be like, what do you mean it's spring? What do you mean it's summer? Yeah, it's different. So it really depends on what's going on around you. You've really got to pay attention to the rules that govern what you're doing with your raptors, or any predator animal. You need that predator-prey balance to continue, even if you're the one doing the hunting. I have a lot of ideas for material, both animal-related and art-related. I wanted to try and feature one or the other on specific days so that those of you who don't care about the, if you want a makeup review, but you don't really care so much about, hunting a hawk, you don't have to, you kind of can expect when the makeup video might be coming out. And vice versa. If you're a falconer, most of the falconers in my part of the world are men, so hey, if you're using a makeup tutorial, give a shout out in the comments. I want to know about it. But most of them are not the kind of people interested in, having purple eyelashes. So I'm trying to focus it a little bit and have... Art doesn't necessarily mean makeup, but I have the most makeup material because I'm doing it almost daily. I'm reviewing swatches. I'm, celebrating my new makeup, so I'm trying to share that and also document it for myself. So Artistic Tuesdays could be makeup. It's probably going to be makeup, but it could be almost anything. I have been a circus coach. I've done aerial dance, which means the silks and the hoop and the trapeze, and I count pole in that category as well. I do hula hoop dance and flow. You never know what I'm going to pick up or what I'm going to put together. So when I say art, it really could mean any medium of art. I'm not a painter, but or sculptor or anything like that, but dance and movement and flow and circus and makeup and who knows what I'm going to come up with, is all in Artistic Tuesday kind of, theme. Falconry Fridays, again, like I said, I need another word. Animal Fridays just doesn't sound as good. What can I call it? I don't know. But yeah, Fridays I'm trying to come out with an animal video consistently. And then Sundays, it's just because I have so much material and I have so many ideas. Like I want to get them all out there. But I'm not going to limit myself on Sundays. I'm going to have a surprise Sunday. It might be, a beauty haul. It might be an animal video. It might be my derpy snakes eating or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, so Sunday's going to be a surprise. If you're interested in both things, tune in on Sundays. If you're interested in one or the other, I'm trying to separate them a little bit so that you know what to expect. I would love for you to watch all the videos. Give me a like. Please subscribe, because then you'll know when I'm posting new ones. You have to ring the little bell thing now, which you just kind of do a second click and click on the bell with the waves coming out of it. So yeah, that's the current plan for the channel. Like I said, I apologize if there's no falconry on Falconry Fridays, but it is going to be animal related. And if I start to have issues with that, life gets in the way, I'll let you know. I really want to be consistent and grow the channel. And I love feedback, that's constructive or just encouraging. Thanks so much for watching. Please stick with us through the off season. I'm still going to bring out a lot of different kinds of videos that I think you'll really enjoy. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. So probably not going to be doing your eyebrows. But yeah, I'm going to think for a second. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm not sitting in front of my bird, and that's because today's so there's the off season for falconry often coincides